Hello. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to get data from the OneDrive uh, into the Power BI service. So in a previous video, I demonstrated how to get data from the OneDrive into the Power BI desktop. Okay, so Power BI has the Power BI service, which is the online version, the Power BI desktop, and then Power BI mobile. So I'm getting this into the Power BI service online. And I went to create here. So obviously under the home tab, I can see all my other reports and visuals that are created. So I'm going to go to create. And if I want to create a new report, I can get the data by clicking this here, Excel. And I know that I have an Excel file on the OneDrive that I can use as my data source. So I come here and you can see that it's telling me to link to a file. And so I'm going to browse, and on the browse, it will show me the files of my OneDrive that I'm logged into already. So I'm logged into my OneDrive here. Where they go? Okay. So I'll show you in a moment, but I am logged into a OneDrive file, which is here. And actually, I got out of it, so you might not see it. But the OneDrive file that I connected to in the previous video from the desktop is the same one. So when I come here, it says pick a file. It's showing me a view of my OneDrive file. And then I can choose through the various options. Okay, so the file that I'm looking for, I don't see it here. So I'm going to change the view here to compact list. And I can see it here. It's this one called User Browse Production Assignment. And is the one that I want to get the data from. So I select that. And then I click select here. This is a view of my OneDrive. And I click select this particular one. And then I'm just going to need to make sure that I have the right credentials and everything. And then I'm going to get the data into the Power BI service that I can use to create a report on Power BI service. So when I pick the file, I just keep, because I'm already logged into that OneDrive, let me probably go here and click OneDrive here. But so when I click OneDrive here, it would open my OneDrive. So I'm logged into my Outlook account and I have all these Office apps. So I've clicked here, but it's taking a while to um, open. So once it opens, you will see, um, yeah, this is the OneDrive that I'm connecting to. And if I go to my files here, okay, actually, you see that it's one of the recent ones that I've accessed. So if I go to my files here, I'll see all of this files in my OneDrive. And so previously, when I connected to the OneDrive, I came to my files and I chose this particular file, and then I opened it in the desktop version of Excel and connected to it from Power BI that way. But now I don't want to connect from Power BI desktop. I want to connect from Power BI service. And so I just want to give you an idea of where the OneDrive is, and what it looks like. So these are the files that I saw in the preview, and I chose this one. So I'm going back to Power BI service here. And from there, I can complete the connection to this particular file on the OneDrive. And then that way, the refreshes will automatically happen. So anybody anywhere who has access to this OneDrive, if they upload more data to the OneDrive, to this particular production assignment file, it'll automatically refresh on the Power BI service so that other people who have access to the service uh, report can see the latest updates. Okay, so it's already chosen the connection credentials because this is the same organization I'm logged into there, so I don't need to change anything. Otherwise, you might need to give it the right credentials to connect. So I'm just going to click next here. And once it connects, my data will be connected to my Power BI service, and I can create reports on that data set within the Power BI service. So that's generally the process. But here, I'm just waiting for those. So again, these are the same files that you would have seen in the previous video where I got it from Power BI Desktop. So I'm just going to choose to import all of these like I did in the previous video. I'm just going to check all these boxes because I want all three tables within the Excel workbook, all three sheets. And so it's taking a little while, but yeah. Uh, if you watched the previous video, you'll have seen that it's the same data sets that I imported into the Power BI desktop, and that's what the production line assignment is based on. So I'm going to click create here, and once I create it, I should have the data pulled into my Power BI service, and then I can create a report from it. So in the previous video, I did a cleanup on the user roles table because um, in the previous video, I did a cleanup on the user roles table because the headers were not correct. So once this is downloading, I can do any cleanup I need. But I just want to demonstrate the process of getting the data from the Power BI service from the OneDrive into the Power BI service instead of into the Power BI desktop, which is what I did previously in the video before this one. So if you look at my playlist on the channel, the video right before this one demonstrates how to get the same data into the Power BI desktop and instead of into the Power BI service. So in the next video, I'm going to demonstrate how to get data from another data source, and this time SQL Server. And so, yeah, once the data is in here, you have a data set in the Power BI service that you can work with, and you can see the data sets are here. And the specific one that I said you probably need to clean up before you work with is this one here, because that's column 1, column 2, column 3. But yeah, I already demonstrated that you can always download this and open it in Power BI desktop and work from there, because the Power BI desktop has more features than the service, but obviously there's some things in the service that are not available on the desktop as well. So depending on what you're trying to do, you might want to work in the service or download this to the desktop and work from there and then publish the file from the desktop. So if I go to my desktop here, you'll see that I've imported the same data set, but this is a direct connection to the Power BI service, and I had used the transform data option here to clean up the user roles table by making the first row the headers. So I went to transform data here, and then I made the first row headers, and that's how I got region role user email for the column 1, column 2, column 3. But yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate how to get the same data into the Power BI service. If you wanted to work directly on the Power BI service, create a report there, you can do that. But if you create it here, you can always come back here and publish it by clicking publish, and then you can choose the same Power BI service account and log in, and then you can publish the data from there after you've worked on it locally. So I usually prefer to work on it locally because there are more features here, but do whatever works best for you, depending on your scenario, and you have different ways of doing this. So feel free to explore as well.